News conference about the death of a 39-year-old man, Kenneth Bailey, also known as rapper Young Scooter.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment. IG, TikTok, bottom video, and we're just gonna hop right into it. So today I want to start off by saying first, now I ain't mean to move the camera like that, but RP Young Scooter. I feel like you've had to be on the rock if you haven't seen it, but we know our Young Scooter passed away a couple of days ago, and we really just gonna get into that. So I'll be putting, actually, let me get my notes out before I get started. And I'll be putting a couple clips in here, so be worried for that. So first, it was when it first came out, Young Scooter had passed away. It was reported that it was Atlanta PD had shot and killed Young Scooter. That happened to not be true. So what ended up actually happening? Now, first, 911 was called. Is actually a 911 call has actually came to life too. It's actually been leaked, and the Atlanta police are actually looking for a reward to see who. We're looking for the person who made the call to give them a reward. But the phone call basically just involved, she says that, well, once she tries to say they're selling drugs at the house. Now, I'm not finna throw no smut like that on no dead man. I'm just here to report the facts. But this is what she was saying. She was saying there was selling drugs at the house, that men all the time come with weapons and all kind of things. And basically she said, relating to this specific incident, she said that it had been shots fired and a woman was dragged back into the house. And she, well, I'm not gonna give my opinion on that, but she said she was neighborhood watch. So
Okay. Okay. Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so I'm the neighborhood watch, and basically, like I said, these guys they're like selling out of the house. All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with stuff they hold in the air, and then it's like, I'm not sure if they're, but it's like the situation that's going on right now. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They outside.
y'all should know how they go with that. But as I said, the officers were called to the location for that. When the officers arrived at this location, they said a man opened the door. Now, they didn't say if it's happened to be two men, so they didn't say if it was Scooter or the other man who opened the door. But whoever opened the door shut it right back. After that, the officers then established a perimeter. Obviously, that would make the most sense because you've been told that this is a drug house with weapons and they might be beating on a woman. So, obviously, you got to take your precautions as an officer. So they said then the two men fled out the rear of the house. Now, one man returned. That one man was not Scooter. Now, they didn't really release his identity or anything like that because I guess it's really not important, especially if they not saying anything about the woman. But that man returned, and then Scooter leaves. So, obviously, they chased Scooter. Now, it says Scooter jumped two fences, and after that, he ended up being injured. And when he died, he succumbed to his injuries. So, like I told y'all at first, it was originally reported that the police shot him. The Atlanta police have made it abundantly clear that no gunshots were fired during this incident, and that Young Scooter died from a injury he got while trying to escape.
Side Commander, we're here to discuss two events this evening. The first being from the 200 block of William Nye Drive. In Zone 3, officers responded to a dispute with a weapon. It was advised in the call remarks that shots were fired and a female was dragged back into the location. Once officers arrived, they knocked on the door. A male opened the door and immediately shut the door on the officers. The officers then established a perimeter. During the process of establishing the perimeter, two males fled out of the rear of the house. One male returned back into the house. The other male jumped two fences as he was fleeing. When officers located him on the other side of the fence, he appeared to have suffered an injury to his leg. Officers rendered aid, and he was transported to Grady Hospital, where he was pronounced deceased. That male is going to be a 39-year-old male out of Atlanta. Just to be very clear, the injury that was sustained was not via the officers on scene. It was when the male was fleeing.
So I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm just some professional, fence jumper and all this shit. But what I do think happened is, some people are saying he broke his femur and it caused the bleeding. I don't think he broke his femur or anything like that. I mean, yeah, that can happen, but every time I've seen somebody break something like that, a femur or a tibia or something like that, it doesn't really like result in blood. I mean, I've said from personal experience, I'm not saying it's not possible, but from my experience, it doesn't really result in blood. But what I think ended up happening is that one of them not barbed wire, but like them 2x4 grade, well, I guess that is barbed wire fences. He probably, now, if you've been around them joints before, I'm pretty sure y'all seen some of those ends, especially the ends that are like twisted out wire that aren't really going anywhere, are very sharp. So I just believe he was probably trying to jump over the fence. He got caught on one of them and it cut him deep, because I could definitely see one hanging up and then let's just scraping you like this. And if it cut deep enough, especially down your leg like this, oh, you're cooked. I can see that. I can see that. So that's why I think happened. I think he just got cut by the fence really bad in a really bad spot, and he ended up succumbing to the injuries. Especially the fact that he didn't get exactly immediate medical attention because he was on the run at the moment. But yeah, that's what I think happening. But like I said, I'll put, obviously I'll put the 911 call in here. I probably already did that at this point. And I also will put the police talking about it. But it's not really much more to talk about. Honestly, it's not really more details. That's really exactly what happened. Obviously, we haven't exactly got an autopsy and the cause of death, see what exactly caused the death. But they said some type of injury to his leg caused him to bleed out. So we'll get more details on that in later days. But I do want to say, well, first, I forgot to put this in the beginning. If you are unfamiliar with Young Scooter at the time, Young Scooter is a Atlanta rapper who probably most famous for, one, being around Future and that era of things, but also his mixtape Street Lottery came out in 2013. Now, you probably had to be a little more outside of that age. I was a little young, but I do remember the effects it had. But if you are old enough, you probably do remember Street Lottery if this is your lane of music. But I do want to just say R.I.P. Scooter. Scooter obviously had a positive impact on the rap game, especially in the Atlanta scene. And dying on your birthday is very tragic. But honestly, it's not really too much more than that. I'll just, put some things in here. But yeah, that's really all I got to say. R.I.P. Scooter. It's really a terrible, terrible way to go out. But yeah, that shit sucked, though. But like, share, subscribe, comment, IG, TikTok, bottom video, and we out.